Welcome and thank you for tuning in. We're doing a healing workshop, and today we're addressing mindful exposure to well-being, which is one of the mindfulness-based anxiety reduction strategies. This particular strategy allows us to get used to the idea of relying on nature to address our issues, on our concerns. We are nature itself, though we experience ourselves as other than our environment. That is a dualistic perspective, which is certainly acceptable. However, we come to understand a non-dual, if you will, monistic, a singular factor, a singular person, place, and thing occurring as our personal reality. Of course, that is ourself. And so this is mindful exposure to well-being, and it's a contemplative practice used in mindfulness-based anxiety reduction. And we're going to move swiftly into this as it may begin to drizzle soon. So let's center ourselves, recognize that we're going to modulate to a non-judgmental attention by coming to our senses. So let's right now begin the shift and listen closely to the sounds in the environment. Now, interestingly, I'm outside, it's beginning to drizzle, but as I modulate, I completely accept my experience completely. Without editorial, no coulds, no shoulds, no oughtas. Now here, this conversation is important because we're not irresponsible by letting go. We are divinely indifferent about what's occurring in our thoughts. And we are allowing a greater organizing principle to address our affairs. All right, this is mindful exposure to well-being. Let's think now about an issue that we have, and perhaps something you would like, something you want, or something that you don't want. Identify your concern. We're going to join in this experiment now, in this practice. Right, I have my issue. And now I just let myself think about that issue. Now, of course, because I'm in a contemplative modality, it's going to be a little bit different, even though I'm thinking about something that troubles me. And I use images to recall it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn over my concern to a greater organizing principle, the superconscious. Of course, that superconscious is fully intimate with me. I and that superconscious are one. And I relax, I let go, allowing the superconscious to express as my problem. Of course, we know nature has no problems. All right. So we turn our problems over to a higher power, if you will, a more inclusive organizing principle, that which forms as all things, recognizing there is no obstruction, but the free flow of life. And now we withdraw all attention from our concerns and to the meditative placement of attention, which is no thing. Neither one thing nor the other, neither here nor there, neither me nor you, neither true or false, neither living nor dead. Trusting. I'm witnessing to being. And we're going to bring this exercise, this experiment, to a close and debrief. So that was just one exposure. We'll do more in the future. However, recognize that what you're doing is that when a trouble comes to mind, arises in consciousness, we have an option to, for the moment, deliver that concern to the superconscious. And that's a modulation, it's a letting go. We sort of gather the problem, sort of place it in a mailbox, if you will, to the superconscious. And with that, we allow ourselves to relax, let go, recognizing that the infinite, all-embracing existence is ever well, ever whole, and certainly knows how to deal with any concern. Then we modulate to complete no thing, neither subject nor object, that is non-duality. This is just happening, and we expand on sensory awareness without editorials. Mindful exposure to well-being. The superconscious is a reality. You are connected and simultaneous with an infinite intelligence. We can collaborate with that element through faith, relaxation, trust, releasing, non-duality. So again, I thank you for your participation. This was Mindful Exposure to Well-Being, and our next exercises will be more specifically addressing our emotional wounds. So this is going to take a bit of insight. It is very likely that what you have just identified has some connection to your emotional wounds. It's possible, and for some of you, you may say, sure, I bet you that is. Emotional wounds can form as frustrations of all sorts of kinds in our daily life. And well, we will be back. Continue to tune into the workshop and follow us through the completion of the workshop. We have quite a couple more videos to go. Thank you for tuning in. Stay well, be well.